What's up everybody, I hope you all are doing well. I'm Thomas and today I'm going to be doing a quick humidor tour. Now I know I haven't posted for almost a month now. My cat gave birth to kittens and so we moved them in the office to reduce stress and keep them away from all the other animals while they're babies. And then I was going to start doing reviews out on the back veranda like I used to, and then our neighbor let us know he was having his driveway repaved and there would be a lot of noise from the equipment. So I was kind of SOL on that front, but now I'm able to do reviews at the back again, and I figured, well, it doesn't require me to light up a cigar in the presence of small kittens in order to do this humidor tour, so I figured I might as well get that done now. Sat behind me here, you can see these plastic tubs. I've been calling them a humidor, which is technically a lie. These are tupperdoors. The main reason I went with the tupperdoor setup over a traditional humidor is just price. I spend enough on cigars as it is. It's kind of hard to justify 150, 250 plus for a box with a glass door when these do the same thing. Might as well just get into it, I suppose. Keep in mind there'll be quite a few cigars in here that I haven't tried. I won't be able to tell you too much about, mainly because once I realized that you could buy cigars online, I realized that there was a plethora of cigars out there that I probably wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to try just going to local brick and mortars. And I wanted to review them for the channel, so I show great self-restraint in not smoking them so I can give a fairly unbiased and objective review. It might not be the case, but I just kind of worry that, you know, if I try a cigar and then go to review it, that it's possible that my previous experience with the cigar might interfere with my opinion on the experience that I'm having whilst reviewing it. Whether or not that's the case, I don't really know, but I figured it better not to risk it, you know. Let's break this bad boy open. The lid back here. Okay, so I guess first off we'll start with these here. I have these Gurkha cask blends. These are actually one of my favorite Gurkha cigars, and these are actually the first Gurkha I ever smoked. Very light, as you would expect from any Gurkha, but a very nice flavor profile overall. And a very beautiful shape too. Another Gurkha I have in here that I'm actually quite a big fan of is these Remingtons by Gurkha. Get that to focus. I'm not very good with the camera, as I'm sure you guys already know. These are really cheap. I think I paid 25 for like 12 of the Connecticut's. I think they make great humidor filler, personally. We have another Gurkha here, which is the Gurkha Barracuda. As far as I'm aware, these are discontinued, but these are actually my favorite Gurkha cigar. They actually have a very beautiful like, honey sweetness and red pepper spice to them that I've never gotten with any Gurkha. In fact, I can't remember the last time I smoked a Gurkha and there was any spice to them at all. Is one that I've reviewed on the channel before, the H. Upmann Añejo. It's 6x60. What you might realize as I show off these cigars is that my two favorite Vitolas are Robusto and Gordo. Don't know why. Of course, we have the Oliva Serie V Milanio. Beautiful cigar. I've also reviewed that on the channel. I have the Oliva Master Blends 3 here too. I haven't even tried this one yet, surprisingly enough. I'm not sure why. I wasn't even necessarily planning on reviewing it. I guess I was just like, you know, maybe it's one of those cigars I should save for a rainy day. Here we have a factory overrun I got a while ago. There's no band on it, of course, but they are called Grande y Gordo. these are the Habano, I believe. Have no idea what goes into them. Of course, they never tell you when they're a factory overrun, which is fine, you know, nothing wrong with a bit of mystery, you know. Let's have a look through here. Oh, these ones is ones that I got fairly recently, actually, to review on the channel here, and that's the Rocky Patel Vintage 1990 6x60. Kind of excited to try these. My understanding is they have I can't remember, is the wrapper or the filler is aged 12 years. I'll have to check my notes on that one. And here we have a very wonderful cigar. Just make sure that falls. This is the Oliva Serie V. I should probably review this on the channel as well. Like I said, sometimes I just avoid reviewing cigars I've already tried, just because I want to make sure I'm being as unbiased and objective as possible. But they're a great cigar, very chocolatey. I also have this Oliva Free Will here. Got it in a sampler pack. Tried one before. They're pretty decent. So I guess I just haven't really bothered smoking that one. Kind of a theme with some of the cigars I have is there are some in here that like I'll try and they're good, but it's one of those things where like, I probably don't see myself just buying it again, and so I just kind of choose to hold on to it for a while. These ones I actually got very recently and that I'm very excited to review. These are the Padilla Dominus, which means master in Latin. I believe it's a Criollo wrapper, Cuban seeded Criollo wrapper. I might be wrong. Here we have the Esteban Carrera Covenant. Decent cigar. I tried one previously, and then somewhere through that first third it got pretty clogged up and there was no smoke coming through the back end, just pluming out of the foot. Tried everything I could to unclog it, but for some reason nothing seemed to work, so I've avoided smoking this one lest I run into the same issue. I have another Esteban Carrera here, which is the Chupacabra Hellcat. This is one that I've planned to review on the channel as well, after previously reviewing the Chupacabra 10th anniversary, which is a phenomenal cigar. Been very excited to try a lot of the cigars in Esteban Carrera's portfolio. Another one is this one here, which is the 10th Anos. If I remember correctly, this is another one with a Mexican San Andreas wrapper or binder. I can't exactly remember. Remington Mountaineer by Gurkha. This is the Habano version of the Connecticut that I showed earlier. Great cigars, in my opinion. Another Esteban Carrera is the Bloodline Habano. Once again, like every Esteban Carrera, or almost every Esteban Carrera, it's a Nicaraguan Puro. Esteban Carrera have a very interesting flavor profile. Fairly unique, honestly. One good example is, where are they here? Is these here. The traditional Chupacabra Maduro here, which I have in a little perfecto shape, is probably my other favorite Esteban Carrera cigar. No kitties. It's got this very interesting, like, licorice root beer note to it that I have yet to find in any other cigar. Not sure why or where that comes from, you know, whether it's the process in which they're fermented, whatever it might be. Just phenomenal, honestly. Oh, and these ones here, I have the Toscano Antico. Let me try to get that in focus. These are a great cigar. These ones I'll definitely also be reviewing here on the channel. I ran out of all the originales that I had. I had 10, probably by the time that I did the review. I smoked through them pretty damn quick, to be honest with you. Another Esteban Carrera here. This one, I have no idea when I'll ever smoke this, to be quite frank. Not because, you know, I think it's a bad blend or anything like that, but it's a 6x70, which I didn't know. I got this in a sampler pack quite a while ago, and when I picked it up, I was pretty confused. I didn't realize, I guess I didn't read the description of the sampler before I bought it to see the vitolas, but I thought it was a 6x60 based on the picture, but no, it's a 6x70. So I guess I've just been saving it for a special occasion. We have, of course, the Punch Knuckle Buster, which I have reviewed on the channel here. Great cigar, relatively inexpensive. Of course, I got the Robusto Vitola, so pretty small, quick, easy smoke. Yeah, this one's the Caldwell Lost and Found Fatalist. These ones are interesting. In my opinion, well, in my experience, they don't age the best. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions of Caldwell's Lost and Found series. I remember specifically on a forum somewhere, I once read someone reviewing one of the Lost and Found. I can't remember for the life of me which blend it was, but they said this is one of the Lost and Found that should have stayed lost, which I thought was pretty funny. These ones are pretty decent, really basic flavor profile. Bit of white pepper, bit of nuttiness. That's about it, to be honest with you. That's all you'll really pick up, and they get a little blander the longer you have them. I actually smoked one of these recently while watching the new Godzilla x Kong movie, and wasn't as enjoyable as when I first got them, that's for sure. They're the only cigar I've actually found that issue with, surprisingly enough, was just they just don't age well, in my opinion. Of course, I have my favorite cigar, the Tabernacle in the David Vitola here. Absolutely phenomenal, beautiful, complex flavor profile. Never a letdown, and I've been savoring those for special occasions, birthdays, holidays, that sort of thing. Trying to make sure that I am showing everything in this Topador here. Oh yeah, this is another Gurkha I haven't tried, mainly because I've already done a couple Gurkhas on the channel, so I try to like to spread out the brands that I review, and also there hasn't been the best experience with Gurkha, but this is the Gurkha Evil. I'll try to get that camera to focus, but it despises me. There we go. These are another one that I heard were meant to be fairly full body and kind of spicy, but the last cigar I reviewed by Gurkha that was meant to be full body and spicy was the Warlord, and I nearly cut my own tongue out afterwards. So I know there's another one down here too, actually, that I am missing. There is too. The Gurkha Rogue. I know nothing about this, and it actually has a closed foot. I don't know if you can see that. I can't even remember anything about the blend either, but I've just been avoiding trying it. I have no idea. I might just smoke this in my own time as well. Might not even bother doing a review for the channel for it. I have nothing against Gurkha. I should preface by saying I have no bias against Gurkha or anything like that. I know a lot of people just hate them. I think they make some great cigars, and some very mid-level cigars, and some very, quite frankly, shit cigars. But, you know, a lot of companies with a large portfolio are kind of like that. I mean, Rocky Patel is a bit like that, where some of their cigars are, quite frankly, very hit or miss. But that's also, they have such a large portfolio that, of course, you're going to find cigars you just don't like. Gurkha, I don't feel like is any exception. I think where they really go wrong is the price that they put on their cigars. It's absolutely abysmal. But, you know, here we have the Oliva Serie O. This one I've actually had for quite a while here. I do enjoy the Serie O. I can't even remember the last time I smoked one, to be honest with you. And but this was my last one left, so I figured I'd just hold on to it, and ended up just getting buried at the bottom of my Humidor here. Appreciate you if you're still watching. You know, trolloping along through this video with me as I stumble over my words. Like I struggle with these kind of just free-form videos, mainly because I never know what to say. You know, I'm not a huge talker as it is. If you bring up Lord of the Rings, I'll never shut up. But you know what I mean. I'm just not the biggest talker in the world, and that's one of the reasons why I like doing the cigar reviews. Is I have a script, like not for the whole thing, obviously, but when I'm talking about the cigar and introducing it, I've done research and I've already written down what I'm going to say. I don't have to necessarily think about it, you know, whereas here I'm just kind of talking out my ass. I'm just a little awkward, bro, you know. Nothing wrong with being a little awkward, you know. I think that's it for my first Humidor here. As you can see, that's kind of the layout that I have in there. Okay, so we're done with that first one here. Moving on to the second one. So this one actually is quite interesting because I feel like more of the cigars in here I haven't tried. I absolutely love opening up these fucking Humidors, sorry, and just getting that whiff of fucking tobacco. It's amazing. Ooh, this one here I'm actually very excited to... Oh, I should point out, before I start mentioning these cigars in here, you'll notice these ones all have cellophane on them, whereas majority of the ones in that one don't. And that's because I was curious as to how cigars age with or without cellophane. A lot of people say different things. A lot of people say it's just up to opinion or preference, sorry. So I was like, you know, I might as well try it out. I mean, you know, see if I can find a difference, or you know, find a preference on how I prefer to store them. So in that one, majority of them, aside from the few that I've added because I've run out of space in the second Humidor, will have no cellophane, and pretty much all the ones in here have cellophane on them. So this one here I'm very excited to review, and this will be my next review coming up, is the Aging Room Solera Shade. I think they have a very interesting story and a very unique aging process that I'm excited to go into. Now these ones below it here, I have tried these before and I wasn't sure whether I would like to review them at some point, but these are the Rojas Breakfast Taco Maduros. These are a interesting cigar. They're not bad by any means. They're just fairly different. They're the first cigar that I've ever actually picked up that kind of salt note. They're quite salty, almost with like a burnt coffee note too, and this very interesting, I don't know how to describe it. The closest thing I could say it resembles is like a tortilla chip, you know, like those salted tortilla chips, but not in flavor at all, just in mouthfeel. It's really hard to describe, but they're an interesting cigar, and I did quite enjoy smoking. Them. So, like I said, I don't know if I will review them. Moving on, I have these. It's actually the first cigar I ever reviewed on the channel. Is the Camacho Coilar. Great cigar. I have no idea whether you could even see the band, because I can't. The band is dark and the writing is grey, so it's hard to. There we go. Now it's a bit more in the light. Yeah. The Coiladas are a great cigar. I really enjoy them. These ones don't have cellophane because they were originally in the other one. I move stuff around occasionally. I think they're a great cigar, very earthy, pretty typical of Honduran tobacco, and they're a Honduran Puro. And all the tobacco is grown on the same lot, which I believe I mentioned in the review that I did. Let me put these back in here, line them up the way I had them before. It's probably the newest addition to my humidor, I believe. Tapador, is these St. Louis Rey Maduros. These ones I'll also be reviewing. Never even heard of the brand before, know nothing about them. They were on sale, thought they had a pretty band, Maduro, so I said fuck it, why not. Of course I have the little nub Connecticut here, probably my favorite nub by far. I've tried previously the Cameroon and the Maduro, I believe, because that was what was available in the brick and mortars around me, and they were both pretty underwhelming all in all. But the Connecticut, very surprising, and I'm not much of a Connecticut guy as it is, but I really enjoy those. I also have the Perdomo Lot 23 Sun-Grown. These are also Robusto Vitola. Haven't tried them yet. I got them to review actually, so I have no idea how they are, whether they're good or not. I could not tell you, could not give you an honest opinion, because I have no idea, but I hope to soon. Let's have a look here. Oh, these are actually really interesting. There's only one place at the moment that you can get these online. I can never remember YouTube's terms of service and whether or not I can mention them, but I'm going to assume that I can, as long as I don't .com them or some shit like that. These are the Balthazar Liga number 5s by Raymond Pages. He's the brother-in-law of AJ Fernandez. As far as I'm aware, the only place that you're able to get this cigar is on Cigar Page. They're under $5, and they have such a beautiful, complex flavor profile. This is my last one, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop myself from smoking it. I really enjoy these. They have a beautiful black pepper spice, oak, molasses-like sweetness, and a slight coffee note to them on the finish. I really enjoy this cigar, and especially for being under $5 with such a complex flavor profile like that, really surprised me. Here we have the Rocky Patel Nording. I don't know whether the camera's going to focus on that or not. These cigars were made by Rocky Patel for his friend and cigar lover and world-renowned pipe maker Eric Nording. I'm not much of a pipe guy, but I know Eric Nording makes some amazing pipes, including a series called the Hunter, I believe, which is basically where every year during the hunting season he makes pipes that are meant to, their shape is essentially meant to capture the essence of a particular animal. And for quite a few of them, he does a really great job. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Okay, another one that I've previously reviewed on the channel is the El Rey del Mundo Oscuro. Pretty decent cigar, all in all. Nothing particularly special in my opinion, but you know, decent enough for sure. I mean, at some when I run out, I'll probably end up getting more, to be honest. And then one of my favorite cigars here that I previously mentioned and have reviewed before is the Chupacabra 10th anniversary. Phenomenal cigar, phenomenal flavor profile, everything I enjoy in a cigar, 100%. This is the Caldwell Long Live the King Mad Mofo. The Mad, of course, stands for Maduro. I believe this is a Maduro Mexican San Andreas binder with a or wrapper, sorry, with a broadleaf binder. I can never quite remember. I have to check my notes on that too. This is the Punch Diablo. Absolutely phenomenal cigar. I'm a big fan of Punch as a brand. I think they do a lot of great cigars, and this just so happens to be probably my favorite in Punch's portfolio. Coming in close is the Knuckle Buster, and of course one that I haven't reviewed and unfortunately I don't actually have in my humidors currently is the Classico. That's a great cigar. Here we have the Liga Undercrown Shade, which I have also previously reviewed on the channel. Decent cigar. Nothing too unique about it. You know, it's pretty typical for a Connecticut. Like I think, you know, I've mentioned it a million times before. I'm just not the biggest fan of Connecticut's, all in all. These ones here, the Gurkha Genghis Khan. Decent cigar. Really nothing special about it, and maybe decent's a little generous. I don't hate them by any means. I don't hate this cigar, and you know, occasionally I might break one out to smoke it here and there. It's kind of a cool looking band, and the fact that they don't make them anymore is, you know, that's pretty cool. But there's so little flavor to them. You know, there's so little anything that I get from them until the last third, and by then I've already made my way through the rest of the bullshit. So I don't necessarily recommend them, you know, but you know, like I said, they're decent enough to where I don't hate them. You know, it's not like the Warlord, which funnily enough I have in this Tupperware here, and I will break out and show you and explain to you how much I hate it. Again, I really do have a personal beef with the Gurkha Warlord, and you know, maybe I should, you know, just wait, let it age a little bit and give it another chance. But honestly, the way it tasted hurt my soul. Oh shit, I have 2 of the fucking Liga number 5s left. Woohoo! Let's have a look through here. Oh yes, so here we have the Padilla Black Bear. I think these aren't Robusto, these are Toro. I haven't actually tried these ones yet. I wasn't sure whether I was going to review them or not. Part of me is leaning towards maybe just enjoying them in my own time. But I guess we'll see. I know I reviewed the Padilla San Andres in Robusto. However, I of course have the 6x60 here as well. absolutely phenomenal cigar, and I'm very interested to see how and if there's much difference between the Robusto and the Gordo. In a lot of cases, you know, there is a difference between the flavor profile of different vitolas, obviously because the different concentration of leaf that goes into each. Sometimes there isn't really a great deal of difference, I've found. It really depends on the cigar, but I'm kind of expecting there to be a little bit with the San Andreas, just because they have such a rich flavor profile as it is. Here we have the Alec and Bradley Kintsugi. I also reviewed this on the channel. Surprisingly mid, actually. Not definitely not my favorite. Not bad by any means. Decent. Like it's good. It's good. It's just, it was a good cigar. It just could have been better. Here we have the Frankenstein of my Tupperware here, which is the Gurkha Warlord. I fucking despise this cigar with a fiery passion. It has become a joke amongst my friends because I really hate it. The fact that it's a 6.7 by 60 destroys me. Like, did no one taste that before they started selling it? Did no one thought for a minute, like, you know, this tastes like complete arse. How about we, you know, maybe make it a smaller vitola? How about we just don't sell it, period? You know, then maybe that would have been a much better idea. Don't sell it. It's terrible. It's so big. I feel angry that someone at Gurkha felt justified in doing that to people, handing them a 6.7 by 60 that tastes like that. That's a lot of cigar to get through for it to taste that bad. Like I said, I don't dislike Gurkha. I don't have anything against Gurkha as a brand. Like I said, I like quite a few of their cigars. I also dislike quite a few of their cigars. You know, but yeah, it is what it is. Here's a quick view of the collection in there. Well, I suppose that's my Tupperware tour done then. I've shown you all the different blends that I have, and I suppose given you a quick look-see into how I have them laid out in there. Yeah, it's not much special, honestly. It's a plastic tub with a Bavetta pack in it and a bunch of cigars. So yeah, that's a quick tour of the cigars in my Tupperware, and a quick introduction to what I'm like without a strict format to work with, and a bit of a script. Like I said, I'm not the best talker in the world. I'm not much of a talker. I mean, granted, there's a couple things if you bring up, you cannot get me to shut the fuck up. You really can't. But, you know, just trying to walk you through this was a bit of a challenge for me, to be honest. You know, I'm just not good at figuring out what to say, and especially because I'm talking to a lens. It's hard to get any kind of feedback and stuff like that. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm glad I was able to do this. And while it was a bit of a challenge, I definitely enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've actually looked through all these Tupperware, all the cigars in these Tupperwares, and taking them out, and it's actually kind of cool because I found a couple that I completely forgot that I had, and even found an extra of the Balthazar Liga number 5 that I'm probably gonna smoke today. So yeah, thanks for watching, and you know, I appreciate if you've made it this far through my ums and ahs, trying to stumble through words to explain what the fuck is in here, even though it's written on the band. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much. I suppose until next time, deuces.